What is up, guys? Systematic Psycho here, and we are back with an Arma 3 update on the dev branch. Really exciting stuff. Disclaimer, the stuff is not final release yet. It's going to be out in about a week or so. So if you want to test it out in its full final state without any bugs or anything that you may experience, but probably not, wait till it comes out in about a week with the release of Win for the Arma 3 campaign. Yeah, you adapt, survive, win. So it's the third part. It's gonna be coming out, and then after that's gonna be coming out this thing called Zeus. And just to get you a little excited here, I'll just go ahead and spawn a unit in, because you can't spawn in the thing that I want to spawn in. You gotta go to Game Logic. So you can go to Game Logic, virtual entities, and get the Zeus there. And so that is what that makes you. Is that makes you kind of like this invisible person. You can't be killed or anything. And then you go and set that is playable, but you have to spawn a player first, so the game realizes that you gotta name it Zeus, so it realizes that it can make another player. It's more of a bug, I would say. It shouldn't really do that, but it's kind of in the same way that you get an empty thing, because you have to spawn a unit first and go to empty. Enough with that. So we spawned Zeus and we named it Zeus. Now we're coming over here. This is not a Zeus showcase, but I just want to give you the pure essence of it and how you set it up very simply. Like, this is not the, if you want to create a multiplayer game, there's more, there's more you have to go about to do it. So you name the owner, not the name, you name the owner of it Zeus, and so what that'll do is that'll automatically link it to this unit. I think you can synchronize it, I'm not sure, so we're going to go ahead and preview now. And this is a very quick way to set up a Zeus in the editor. Now, you can't save anything. This is not your 3D editor substitute, at least as of right now. There's been a lot of hints with the devs and stuff like that it will be. Nothing official said, but if you buzz around on the forums a little bit, watch a couple of the devs' Twitter feeds, pretty sure it's going to be. So it's going to be awesome, especially for little newbie or mission makers, or to just get a more visual approach to actually making your missions, to see how you set things up here. So I'm going to go ahead and start by showing you some of the new locations. Alright, so we're here at the stadium. The new stadium is located right there, just to the southwest of the factory. So there's the new stadium. It's pretty cool. It's got I guess a way to drive into the mound right there. You got the soccer or football goals, however you want to say it, but I'm from America, so we say soccer. So you can play that. It's kind of like a track and field stadium as well, so that's pretty cool. Just realized this was on 10,000 views since I was getting FPS dips. I was kind of freaking out. Alright, so right over here we have the Red Burger Shop. This has a couple of little vending machine. This is all new, custom stuff, not in the game before. So you can actually walk in here and you can serve burgers right through that window. It's pretty cool. And then we have a nice little setup here, a little building there. We've already seen that before. Gyros. So if you want a gyro, there you go. You can find this little Greek-themed kiosk. I think that's what you call it. So yeah, you got this. You got what's that? A little banner that hangs down, but it's kind of folded up, I guess. Might even be a reference to something. I don't know. Or like kind of like an Easter egg. But so yeah, you can check that out. You can't go underneath there, but you got all of this right here. So this is really cool, and then I'll go ahead and take you over to the next location. So you're coming up this majestic road here, and you know, just looks like normal. This is actually a cool little area. You can look over. You see a little military base over there because that's normal. So you're just you're flying along just like everyday life here, and then you come across this little area right here, and you're like, oh, what's this? Here's a cool little like viewing point right here to look at the military base, and you get this little chair thing here. This is different. All right, well, I'm gonna follow this road down here, and whoa, it's a new area. It's the Ghost Hotel. They've been talking about and kind of hinting at. So this is pretty cool. This is an abandoned hotel. I'm pretty sure it's abandoned in real life. Now, if you look at the Google Earth images, this is not one for one, but it's damn close to the layout of the actual place on the real island itself. So you can go and fly in here. A little bit of bugs with the shadows right down there. I think is an object down there, but you can check out the hotel. It's really nice on the inside. It's kind of unfortunate that it's abandoned. It'd be nice if it was actually if it was actually finished and you could check it out in like pristine condition. But anyway, whoa, getting a little bit of glitchiness flying around here. But so you can walk around. You can see the the little rooms and stuff there. We can go take a look upstairs because we can just phase through walls like that. And I believe there's one more floor, or is it just the roof? Okay, it's just the roof. So you got this upstairs floor here. Actually, we'll take a glitch look down into it. Controls are very weird, sorry about that. So yeah, just some rooms, motel rooms. This is like a little resort area. So you got kind of the fancy, nice stuff. We're gonna go ahead and go. I think there's a bottom level as well. Let me find it here. Oh, you can glitch through right there. So here's a little stairwell. It takes you down into this little pointless room area right here. At the end of the elevator. I'm not 100% sure the why there's a ground level here and this doesn't lead out to anywhere. Maybe I don't actually know. So yeah, there's that, and so you can come out the back here, and then you have this nice little I don't know what that is, but a nice little room there, and then it comes down, and then you got just like this fountain area. This may have been even like a pool or something. That's what it seems like it'd be. So yeah, you got all this stuff down here, and these are all new custom buildings. You haven't seen them on the island before. Even the resort kind of home places, these are all custom. These are all brand new. You can walk into them. They're like a little room and a bathroom or something. So that's pretty cool. You can cram 4 groups to one, and you can walk across this little bridge. So that'd be kind of cool. Imagine being pinned up in this house and then having to cross through here to actually make it somewhere, make it to your vehicle, and that's like damn exposed. Little stairways to get up to here. Walk in. So that's really nice the way this is all kind of played out. So we'll go and take a look at it from here. You get the little beach down there, but yeah, that's really, they did a great job on that. So we're gonna go ahead and skip over. We're gonna check out the jets, the new vehicles. So here we go. All right, so here's the new Tempest truck, or a transport vehicle. Now we're gonna start off with this one because this is the most interesting one. I've seen a screenshot where this actually comes off the back. If you notice, it has little feet here. It look like they extend out. Now, what I'm assuming this is some kind of nuclear warhead or some kind of bomb, because it's just called the Tempest device. Is the name of the truck, is the Tempest. So yeah, that's kind of a mystery. I wonder how that's going to be implemented, especially into the maybe the wind campaign. Maybe you have to stop a bomb, or you watch the truck deploy the bomb or something from a I have no idea. So that's pretty cool to see how this is going to work. So yeah, there's that. And to be honest, it looks more like this could be a like a NATO vehicle more than a CSAT vehicle, just by the look at it. Could you imagine it with a like a NATO looking camo on it? I don't know, it's just me. But so here you go. Here's just the transport, the covered version of the transport. Standard area in the back there. It's got a lot of room actually when you look at it. It's a pretty big truck. Cause look at me, look at the guy sitting up in there. So yeah, there's that, and then we have just the regular one, the uncovered version. So nothing special there. We can go ahead and top in one of these for a split second here and take a look around. So we'll hop in the device one just because why not? And really nice interior. You got the little med kit down there. I think I'm gonna assume those screens are gonna work for something, hopefully. And you got looks like a radio there, some different controls on the dash that you can't use. A lot of indicator lights. Now, this is not the fastest truck at all. I mean, look at this acceleration. This is at full speed. But I mean, it definitely does get up and go. So we're gonna try to take this thing to full speed and see what we can get it up to. Oh, we gotta make a sharp turn here. Try not to flip the thing. That'd be kind of nice if we didn't. So yeah, we're getting it up to. I mean, yeah, it definitely does get up to speed, but it's still not, as far as pickup, it's not the fastest vehicle. So you're not gonna be escaping battles in this thing too well. So I mean, yeah, so you go, there's the new truck. Let's go take a look at some of those jets that you've probably been waiting for, and I've been trolling you because I'm saving them for the last part of this video. Alright, so I'm walking around the hangar to get into my brand new jet. And let's take a look at this thing. I'm going to slowly walk just because it, it kind of builds up the agony there. But look at this freaking thing. Does this not look cool or what? I'd like to see a retexture for this too, to take off the Out 4 camo. It does look cool, don't get me wrong, but look at that. This thing looks great. It looks more like a, what is it? Like a, an F-35, like an F-16 kind of look in the front. Looks like a kind of a combination between both of those. That is weird. The cockpit looks like it just went invisible. All right, so yeah, we got a good plethora of GBUs, air-to-ground missiles, rockets. Looks like it's got a some kind of air-to-air missile there. A very Russian-looking rocket pod. And if you look in the back, if anybody's familiar with the Sukhoi 25 or the Frogfoot, that's kind of what these engines remind me of. So this is it's pretty awesome. And just to let you know, there's one more jet, but we're not going to look at that until we come back in this thing. So we're going to start her up. Nice little start up there. Or I think at least most of this HUD works. So we're going to go ahead and we're gonna go and taxi out of here. Do we go? What the hell? Oh, this thing's got a very big tail fin, so it's a lot of clearance to get out of a hangar. Alright, we're gonna go and taxi it right. Let's get on the runway, and I'll actually probably take a minute to taxi over there, so I'll go ahead and get back to you as we're about to take off. Alright, so we're holding short of the runway here. We have our beautiful looking plane. Yeah, that has a real F-16 looking footprint, doesn't it? So let's go ahead and take this off. I figured I'd have something to say, but let's just go ahead and do this. Inside the cockpit, it really does have this this fighter jet look about it. It's not wanting to. There we go. Moving. So yeah, the speedometer actually works. We'll go ahead and look it up while we're taking off, because it's kind of important. We'll probably rotate it about 200 to 250. Let's go ahead and full throttle this. Just take it off. Don't need to lower flaps, it's not necessary. We have a long runway here. I'm gonna start rotating. Boom, we're up. Gear up. So yeah, there we go. The speedo's actually working there. Go ahead and look at that and look at my speed. That's in knots as well. That's not in kilometers an hour. Which makes sense because aircraft, that's how they usually operate. Looks like engine usage meters, and they don't really seem to be working. But maybe they're either not configured yet, or they're not going to be working at all. It'd be kind of nice to see that, though. The HUD looks really nice. It's got these, I gotta figure out what these things are. I'll probably do a Google search of what these little things are. But I think that they're either like some sort of antenna, or they're either something for the HUD to keep track of where you're looking at, and like, you know, you look at a target and you maybe lock onto it with your helmet visor thing. I don't know. Speculation. So we're gonna go ahead and fly this thing. We're gonna go and take a turn back for the airfield here. Go ahead and get the Control M. Get my GPS up there. That's actually the smaller airfield. Must have flew kind of far, didn't we? Alright, let's get a target in sight. Let's see if we can get like a hangar to render in here. There we go. Let's go ahead and take some cannon rounds at this. Listen to this thing. This is a default Arma sound. Might not sound as impressive through just listening to YouTube. Get a little bit of lag there from the rounds, I'm not sure. It seems to be just an issue with the planes right now. Hopefully they'll work it out in the dev branch. But yeah, it might not sound as impressive listening through YouTube, but if you actually have it up in Arma, it has a little more bass to it, I'm going to assume. And it does sound pretty beef. Alright, weird cut because I failed and made a news mistake. Let my hard drive get full, but anyway. I believe I was getting on about the cannons, and I think maybe their sound. So they sound pretty good as long as you are listening to them through a decent pair of headsets with a decent bit of bass. So they do sound pretty cool. So good job on Bohemia's part there for making a par sound. I mean, all the other sounds sound cool, but they just don't sound as real as we'd like them to. Anyway, we do have some air-to-air short-range missiles to use to engage air targets. Stuff like helicopters is what like a CAS helicopter is using to take out air targets. Or I mean, even this, which could probably hold its own in a dogfight. I mean, seeing by the shape, it looks like it can maneuver pretty well. We're gonna go ahead and turn back around. We'll go ahead and drop a few of these. I know we're not shooting at any air targets, but you just hit T to lock and then you fire it just like any other air-to-air missile. You can actually fire those pretty quick. Unfortunately, it's only 2 of them, but I mean, that's all you're gonna need, because you're not going to be dogfighting too much with this or shooting at helicopters. The chances of that are pretty slim, but it happens. You never know. Now we have some air-to-ground missiles. You can just hit T to lock one of these. These don't require any kind of laser target lock or anything like that. These are just lock and fire. So we'll go ahead and we'll actually see if we can hit something like this unguided. We'll try to hit that tower down there. We missed, definitely. Oh yeah, we hit it. So next we have 20 high explosive unguided rockets. Now these are supposed to be shot like that. Just you cannot lock on anything with these. So we'll go ahead and line up on the this building right here, and we'll go ahead and fire these. We also have some armor piercing rounds. And I'm going to assume those are going to be more appropriate for taking out maybe tanks or something like that, but you're going to have to probably worry about getting a direct hit if something is armor piercing, because it's only armor piercing to hit something directly. AP or anti-personnel, these could have a more explosive effect. So let's check that out real quick. So let's go. Look at that explosion. And then look at the high explosive. Well, I don't know. You make that judgment. And then we have a couple of laser-guided bombs. These things are just freaking massive. So let's go ahead and drop these things really quick. Go ahead and drop the third person. Watch them spaz out as they drop. Oops, let's go ahead and check. Oh, there we go. Nice little explosion back there. And we're probably going to line up for the runway. We got this wonderful cannon we're just going to fire a bunch of rounds with because it's cool. The water. Wow, that was cool. Okay. They kind of impact at the same time because they went at different distances. Go drop the gear down here. We'll take out this house on the way down. That's pretty cool. Gears down. You see the indicator? You see the little speed brake going on there? That's pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and delay this landing a tiny bit. This is a really ugly looking landing here. Wow, I wasn't paying attention for a second. I messed that up. But we have to land, pretty much get her down right here at the end of the runway. Don't worry, folks. I'd land like that. I'd land a lot better. Okay, yep. Just excuse this. That didn't happen. Look at that. That was beautiful. Now we're gonna go and check out this other jet, and I'm just gonna cut to it because I'm an idiot. So I totally landed that plane perfectly well. Don't judge me. So let's go ahead and check out this other great plane. What's that? Oh. You damn straight. That's a stealthed out A-10. What's cooler than a stealthed out A-10? It's got the freaking F-22 camouflage. That just makes it stealth alone, right? And it's got the angular shape for the engines, and just a different shape for the tail fin. It's got that cool little warthog looking thing right there. Little paint job painted onto it. That's just badass. You got if you notice, the tail fins are a little bit more angular right there. They kind of like they fan out too. They get these cool ass looking, like the back of the engines, maybe a little bit of like thrust vectoring nozzles going on there too. They got this funny shape to it, but that's really cool. And you have this nice array of air-to-ground missiles, and like I was saying previously, that's a sidewinder, and that's going to be used for taking out probably helicopters. You're not going to get in a dogfight, but maybe if you get behind a plane by some magical chance, you can lock on and fire that. So let's go ahead and hop into this thing. I mean, you got this gun with wings. Let's fly the hell out of it. And yeah, so it looks like oh, the cockpit just went down. All right. Let's go ahead and take a look at this HUD. So I mean, all this down here, all this stuff kind of works. I don't know about that, altitude and stuff like that. I'm gonna assume it might work because they did configure a lot of this HUD stuff to actually work. So that's nice. The airspeed indicator works. Let's see. What else do we have? It's all that works. So we got the. I don't know, that's not HUD, that's just instrument panels. This is HUD. And that stuff, of course, works. So we're going to go ahead and taxi over, try not to break the sound barrier while we're doing so. We're going to go ahead and we're just going to take it off. We're not even going to hold short this time because it's going to be as much of a reason to. We'll go ahead and rotate it about the same speed, probably about 200 to 250. We're gonna go ahead and get it up in the air and see what we can destroy with this in a short period of time. I don't want this video to be 10 hours long. You're just checking out a few new things. So boom, we're up, gears up. This thing is maneuverable. I mean, I couldn't see somebody doing this kind of stuff in a real 810. And it could be the flight model's just a little bit off, but whatever. That's still pretty badass. Alright, so right away, let's just wreak some havoc with this 30 mil. We get about 1,000 rounds, and I mean, this 30 mil is just meant for ground attack. Not, you know, there's a difference between 30 mil and, on this and on the other plane. Is the 30 mil in that is actually meant for, I mean, engaging something in a dogfight, or it can be also used in a ground strike attack, but this A-10's primary weapon is its cannon. So let's go ahead and take a listen to this thing, too, because they did a good job on the sounds for this. 10-round burst. So look at that. It lets off the trigger once you hit a nice round number. So if you hold down the trigger for maybe 5 seconds, enough to release, I don't know, about maybe 9 or a couple hundred rounds, something like that, then it's going to stop at about 200. It's just going to stop at, you know, 210 or whatever that, just as long as it's at a nice variable of 10. So go ahead and do another cannon round, because that sound is just phenomenal. So if I tap the trigger once, 10-round burst. Hold it down, it stops at a nice number. See that? So, that's freaking awesome. The sounds are pretty damn decent. You got a couple of these, well, I'll call them sidewinders, but you got these 2 short-range air-to-air missiles, which go ahead and dumbfire those, because that's how they're totally used. We have some of these air-to-ground missiles that are capable of locking on with just the press of T. And each one of those is pretty much capable of disabling a tank, so that's not bad and getting it out of service. You have some of these high explosive rockets. Once again, you only get 7 of them, but I'm going to assume they're probably a tiny bit bigger, a little more beefier. So there you go. You got these, and you got these armor piercing or anti-personnel. I'm not 100% sure. So we're going to go for these. There you go, there's that. And then, of course, the GBU-12, the mother of all bombs. These are laser guided, so you just get your laser lock and you drop them. And we have 4 of them on this one versus 2 on the other. So, boom! That's pretty badass. And then we got this glorious, glorious, glorious cannon. So, I'm going to take a quick cop out here. I'm not actually going to land. Cheesy cut because I didn't like my outro. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, guys, peace out.